All right, everybody, welcome to this week's developer update. So, QX, what's hot? What's the topic of discussion this week?
I don't know. What could we possibly talk about, Joe?
Like, I don't know. What's on your mind?
Why don't you tell us what went through your head, a couple days ago? What were you thinking? What was going? What was happening up there?
Oh, so I finally got access to the Twitter handle, right? First day. And so I'm thinking, okay, let's run some analytics, right? Because the feedback on this account in terms of like metrics and whatnot have been a little strange for an account that's supposed to have however many 660,000 followers, right?
Yep.
So I downloaded Circle Boom, which is like a Twitter management tool. Bought the premium thing because fucking Elon Musk and the Twitter API prices went through the roof. So that's like what, $210 per month.
Oh
right?
God.
Yeah, so part of that is you can basically run scans on your followers, see when they were added, see how active they are, see if they're basically marked as dead or spam bot followers. And the stupid application kept breaking, right?
Why is that, Joe?
Well, I kept trying to query the amount of spam or bots on the account, right? And I can't say for sure the total number, right? Full disclosure, because I was querying about 100,000 at a time, right? And that ranged from the lowest. I think the lowest feedback was like 42.5K, 43K spam bots per 100,000, to the high end, which was about 92 and a half.
Boy.
So on some rough math, I would imagine somebody bought like a $500,000 or $500,000 bot package at some point. Certainly, seeing the dates that they were added seems a little fishy.
Yeah.
That suddenly there's that many over a very, very, very short period. So yeah, I couldn't even get the silly application Circle Boom to load, right? And so I said fuck it and hit the nuke button.
Well, you did post a meme first, you can't forget that.
I did post a meme, that's true. Yeah, so I guess KYA, be careful who you let have access to your Twitter account, because bad things can happen. Good, the good news is we do have a pretty active community on Twitter. I'm not always the most active anyway, but we do have an editorial team. We do have the Sigmanauts. We do have the Ergo Foundation account, and I guess there's going to be a community discussion. Tomorrow. Today, I guess your time.
In like 11 hours, Joe.
In like 11 hours, there's a community discussion about what to do with Twitter. And I would just recommend know your assumptions and don't involve me, right? Because your account might disappear.
Oh God. Are you gonna come? I think I invited you in chat to come chat there.
I'm not sure. I'm supposed to go out into the mountains tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, you got to touch grass, touch granite, touch whatever.
Of course.
Right? Get offline.
Of course.
So yeah, that's the story. There is I rugged myself for 200 and something bucks for a Twitter API and then nuked the account.
It seems to be taken somewhat okay out in the community from what I've seen.
Boy, I've gotten a ton of DMs, to be honest. People are like, hey, how about you send that account my way?
They want to, even with the freaking bots? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, it's I don't really understand it. It's a sexy metric, right? If you look at the surface of it, it's like, oh my goodness, look at how popular this is.
Yeah.
I do find a little bit of humor, and we got a tweet initially from Barry Silbert, who's over at Grayscale, that has a ETC fund, and he says, hey, you need to attract your own followers. You can't just steal them or buy them. It's like, well, I've ran some analytics, and something smells about that statement, but
Yeah, I saw your LOL post there, Joe.
you know, it's funny. It's crypto, baby. That used to be a thing, right? Pre Elon Musk, yeah, you could buy followers. You know, there's a lot of bot farms in the world. You know, in early crypto days, I imagine that was a pretty attractive thing to say, oh, look at how big we are as an ecosystem, right? But the truth is, on-chain activity doesn't lie.
No, I was.
So if you want actual metrics, look and understand, you know, account model activity, UTXO activity, and you'll see how active a chain is. You can't hide that.
Yep.
I mean, part of these let's say the nature of blockchain is being publicly auditable in many cases anyway. So yeah, that's I don't know, funny thing. I saw that and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Any hate mail, Joe?
Oh, I've gotten hate mail forever, my friend. There is no winning the internet, right? I've said that many times.
True. That's true. No, even
there's no winning the internet. The best you can do is wake up and get destroyed in creative ways, right? And luckily, you know, the Ergo community has done a really good job at doing that daily, right? If you go to all the different baseless channels and Gulag and all the fun places on social, you know, these just get kind of immune. I've been vaccinated to online nonsense.
I wonder if any other ecosystems have those kind of chats that we have. Gulag, baseless.
I don't know. We don't really moderate. I guess I'm technically an admin in most channels, but yeah, I don't really pay attention, to be honest. Tag me if you need anything, and usually I'll pop in.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't have the time or the bandwidth. Same is true here, to be honest. I don't really have the time or the bandwidth to pay that much attention to it.
Right.
But some people camp out there, so yeah, I guess we'll catch up and see how everybody's feeling about the account being nuked. But at this point, is what it is. I don't have the F2A anymore anyway.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I nuked everything. I'm done.
Oh wow. Damn. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I mean, we so what's it called? Since we have access to the original account. And I think what people sometimes don't understand is there's two things at play here, right? Where's my camera? There's two things. There's the account and there's a handle, right? So the account is the one that has the followers, it has all the comments, it has all the interactions. The handle's just what it's called. It's the @Sigmanauts, it's the @Ergo platform, it's the @Ergo Foundation. So when you nuke the account, you nuke the account.
Oh, I rugged everybody, man. I rugged the team that posts on that account. You know, Angie, and she's got a couple of writers that periodically do articles and schedule tweets. They got rugged. The handle.
Wait, the handle's gone? The Ergo platform handle's gone?
You know, it'll pop up at some point. I've heard. I talked to Bob at ETC, and he's like, "Oh, some people are saying they're going to snipe the handle," and I'm like, "Well, you know, that's life. Let's see what happens."
Wait, so what are we voting for tomorrow? Or what are we talking about tomorrow if the Ergo platform handles toast?
That, you know, I don't know. That's a good question.
I didn't know that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that may have been a little impulsive, you know. It's all right. So yeah,
well, I mean, that solves a lot of issues that we're having coming up.
No, it solves a lot of issues. To be honest, I made sure that Ethereum Classic has their history, right?
That was very kind of you.
History, maybe got a little rugged. Let's see.
All right.
Oops.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Well. Anyway, we're today in 11 hours. We're going to chat about if you look at the tweets on the Sigmanauts page, the old Ergo platform account, you'll see that there's 4 votes that are up that hopefully are a nice wide array of possibilities. That Sigmanauts, and I think there's some confusion online, even though I've spelled it out almost in every tweet. Some people are not aware that the Sigmanauts are the ones voting and the Sigmanauts are the ones representing the community. And I'll explain this in the spaces today in a little bit. But we had quite a lengthy discussion about how to the best represent how to do votes. We spoke about Catalyst and how people with a shit ton of ADA can sway Catalyst. They can dump in at any time and sway the hell out of Catalyst. So we talked about fair representation and that kind of thing. And it's really hard to do that without declaring personhood. So without linking your Discord or linking your Twitter, linking something with your address, so that we can narrow it down to this is a person and this is not the same person.
Yeah, and even offline, let's be honest. I mean, it's not like you can't buy votes in the real world.
No, correct, you can. But then we got into the discussion of, is it right to ask for personhood in a chain like Ergo, where privacy is a possibility and an attraction, and we have anonymous devs that are part of the ecosystem that might want to vote as well. So at what point do we say, we're sorry, you can't participate in the actual governance of this chain? So I think
I think that we have better solutions coming with Paideia.
Exactly.
Anyway,
we do.
And if you look at like base governance, that's hash power related and luck related to some degree, block-based voting. So, in terms of the social layer, that's hard. I don't have an answer to that, but luckily, I don't know if anybody else on this rock does either. So
what we've just done in the temporary, at least until Paideia comes out, and we can figure something else out, is we some of us came to an agreement that what we have at the current time is good enough to represent, and we move forward in there. So that means that there's a very low barrier of entry to be a SIGCAN, and then a very low barrier entry above that to become a voting Sigmanaut. So that's the idea. Sigmanauts are going to vote on this ballot, and we'll go from there and see how it is. And hopefully Sigmanauts come today and listen to the community and see what they have to say, and get a fair take on their representation responsibilities, and we go from there. Or we just write the whole fucking thing. Maybe I'll just delete this account, Joe.
You're gonna pull an Armeanio on it, eh? And you know what? If you have like 500k bots, it's a public service. Nuking that, it's ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know why that. It really makes me wonder, like, how many big accounts out there.
Yeah, it's got to be
actually have like organic followers.
Yeah.
Versus, I don't know. Let's see.
I was in Vegas last weekend, and I was doing, we try in between getting people to sign up for Ergo and the wallets and that kind of thing. We'll exchange Twitters. I'll follow them with a Sigmanauts account. They'll follow us back. And I looked somebody up to follow him, and I was like, holy shit, man, you have 40,000 followers. That's pretty good. And he's like, yeah, back in the early days, you could hop on Fiverr and just buy them. I bought all 40,000, he said.
Yeah. I mean, that used to be a thing, right? All my friends are fake. Ouch.
Yes. We laughed about it. He's like, I was in college and I came up on Fiverr. I just bought 40K of them. I was like, oh shit. And you could tell, you look at his posts, and immediately after posts, there's a shit ton of bot comments right on top of that puppy. Absolutely crazy. Just brigaded.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a curious metric. Apparently, the whole bot hunting war over there at X now. It looks like they need to ramp that up a little bit.
Yeah.
I always made the joke privately that, like, we'll see how well they're doing by how many followers that Ergo platform handle has. And then I was able to actually run analytics, and I was like, oof. Well,
yeah,
it's what it is.
Yep.
Dead now.
No takey backsies, that's for sure.
All
right, should we dive in, Joe?
Let's dive in.
Alrighty. Let's see. You want to take it first?
Sure. Looks like we have C8. He started early on his Ergohack project. Pretty neat. So Ergohack web template. So the purpose of this is to create a web project for new people to Ergo. Basically, you can disconnect your wallet, load wallet balance, send transactions, mint and EIP for compliant NFT, fetch USD Oracle data, load wallet UTXOs notifications. Great little tool coming together there for the hackathon. Excited to see where it ends.
I saw a video on it. It's pretty damn neat. This is a lot of the stuff that people who like I suffered from this. So when I first came on, I could do some basic coding and interact with the blockchain with like MGPi's tool ErgPi, but this was a missing component that I had no idea even how to dive into at that point. So this is kind of that like fill gap that will help a lot of beginner developers as far as that goes. Really cool.
It's awesome.
All right,
I love that it dropped before the hackathon too. That's pretty sweet.
All right, we have Colby Cellador. They got bulk endpoint for UTXO with pool by ID and bulk endpoint for blocks header ID. Resolved and merged 5015. Thinking about next priorities, binary releases, Scala version migration, and integration testing.
All right, looks like next we have greenhat. He's reworking the script reduced to false error message, including a pre-printed ergo tree and evaluated variables accumulated during the tree expression evaluation.
Pretty printed. So that's by default, isn't that what the API used to do? But now it's giving an option as an option.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go to it without that box checked out at the top of them, your JSON will just pile millions of characters over to the right. You hit the button, boom, and it puts it out on that nice pretty kind of thing. I'm not enough of a dev to know what the advantage are, just from maybe it's better to just visualize and see it on the page, I guess, if you load it raw in the browser. Not sure. We got C8 with bitmasks, visual QA testing for Ergo, Cardano, and Bitcoin breeding results. That was kind of cool. Did you ever breed any bitmasks?
No, I only got one lonely one.
Like the starter seed bitmap guy?
Yeah. Never had a partner.
That's pretty nice. CW and I did a little bit. CW went farther than I did, but you could breed these little guys and it'd take a version of it'd combine them somehow with whatever he's using in the back end for that kind of stuff and make a new version and mint it. It was pretty damn neat. And C8 is also working on he's working with Peperg, I think, on a project. Maybe it's down here. We'll see. For Ergohack.
Next, we have Kushti with the Ergo protocol client R&D. Reviewed, polished, merged 6 more PRs into 5.0.15 candidate. It's now finalized. So it looks like he's reviewing 5.0.12 in Sigma. Made development plan for weak blocks and efficient propagation. Thinking about the incentives, be a side chaining probably. Looks like with Dexy, the pool has 15 active operators now. Launched the Gort Erg liquidity pool. Fixed some issues in buyback contract. There was no requirement to always have Gorts in a box, but it was expected in some pass. Fixed deployed logic also deployed the buyback contract in the mainnet. Looks like can't see who.
I don't know. Right, well, I don't know who that is.
See and Dimitri working on the UI, currently adding and removing liquidity with ChainCash, doing writing on a layer 2 design and polishing contracts accordingly. In other news, started reviewing Rosen and Aneta BTC contracts.
Oh wow, he's looking at Aneta. Neat. I'm glad he's taking a peek at those contracts. That's great. Gort was kind of a little interesting splash in the pond this week. A lot of tension on that liquidity pool when people saw it spike like 800% or whatever it was.
Yeah, those gold Oracle tokens. It's an interesting question. Long term, how valuable could they be?
Yeah,
people are trying to figure that out. Hopefully as that becomes more polished and operators become more comfortable participating, we see new data feeds.
And what's it called? Boris Reliquez, however you say his Discord name, made a very nice Docker container to spin up Oracle nodes. So if you're interested in it, there's an auction going. What's it like? It's 700 ergs right now for the gold Oracle token participation token. But that's all you need in your wallet. You win that, you put it in your wallet, you spin up an Oracle, and you'll start being able to extract Gorts. So it's neat. Gold Oracle token is the name of the participation token, but Gort is the name of the reward token. But Gort stands for Gold Oracle. Yeah, right. Wait, what am I saying? Gold Oracle. What's the rest of it? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm dying here.
Token?
What?
The Gort?
Yeah.
The Gold Oracle reward token?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Big breath. Joe, you rug me with my sleep. Terrible. It's like
Rusted too, I guess. He was cross-posting. Oops.
it's like what's it called? It's like 12:20, and I'd say, "Hey Joe, you ready?" 12:20 a.m. He's like, "That's 30 more minutes." Like shit, I gotta stay up. All right, here we go. Is this me? Yes, you just went. Nautilus team update. Fleet SDK introduced Fleet SDK package, a front-end focused wrapper to core common crypto and serializer packages. Added support for S constant type and output builder set additional registers and Ergo unsigned input. Context extension methods. Wrote down specs for version 1.0 and the GitHub there. If you're there, API design choices you're not happy about or missing features, please open an issue at Fleet's repo. Working on wallet interactions package and EIP 12 client implementation. In Nautilus, working on Sigma USD protocol integration. Oh, that's awesome. Is that what I think it means? That you'll be able to buy Sig USD inside Nautilus?
Yeah, and then with Dexy and Gluon coming out, looks like you can replicate that path and start getting some basic DeFi primitives packaged in your wallet.
That's awesome. Wait, so will Gluon that's a little fuzzy on this. Gluon will utilize Oracle version 2, but they'll have their own pools, a whole separate pool.
It's a different stablecoin protocol. It's kind of let's call it a extension of AgeUSD. I think it's a little bit more robust in terms of like some of the attack vectors that SigUSD had. No, SigUSD is proven stable, but why should research stop with one thing, right?
So what will the Oracle 2s? What will the incentive be for running oracles for Gluon? Will they have a reward token as well?
I think that's under discussion right now.
Neat.
Looks like with Morphic Sigma, he implemented a new P2SH address encoding with Sigma SDK. Version 5.0.12 is released. Prepared 2 new PRs towards 5.0.13 for Kushti to review. With AppKit, upgraded code to the latest Sigma version 5.0.12. With Ergo, upgraded the Ergo node to use the latest Sigma version 5.0.12 and merged into version 5.0.15. Reviewed the candidate 5.0.15 for release. And then next up is to finish the modularization of Sigma.
All right. We got some skips here. We got some conversations. How dare devs have conversations during the dev update?
I always like that. Be honest.
All right. We have Luivatra with Paideia. Initial version of front end for changing DAO config needs some UX improvements. Connected WebSockets to give a better UX when commenting, liking, etc. Proper wallet disconnect when JWT is expired. Investigating issue where a new state key sometimes is not picked up when handled by another bot operator. A resync is a temporary workaround. First beta testers have been let loose and are already finding plenty of bugs. Coming up, show your vote if you already voted on a proposal. Show all votes on a proposal. Improve staking info. Remove draft proposals that never made it on chain. Improve general error handling. For Crux Finance, working behind the scenes to prepare a more in-depth portfolio, including transaction overview, export, and positions with P&L. ErgoPad switch to an account setup, allowing to add multiple wallets, logging in with either Ergo Auth or GitHub, Google, etc. Have you jumped on Paideia beta, Joe? Are you on there?
I tried to connect with the mobile wallet. I still haven't synced it up with Nautilus. I had a connection issue it was one of the bugs.
Yep. I heard that.
So I need to sync a new Nautilus implementation, which is where my test tokens are to use it. Haven't done that yet. So oops. I'll get to it.
Okay, looks like Mark did right wrap up. Those are always nice. The wraps up are fantastic.
Yeah, they are. All right, is this me or you?
I think it's you, Joe.
All right, next we have Deathgripson with Analog Ergo. The backend atomic swap API is mostly finished for testnet rollout. Integrated the backend into REST API. Working on website for hosting information about the application and atomic swap REST APIs. Designing locally hosted web UI for clients, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of locally hosted UIs. Created a Discord for coordinating testnet rollout, developer communication, and future user community related things. So please, everybody that's out there, if we have somebody coming into testnet, spinning up a new application, be sure to join their Discord. Looks like it's Atomic Analog Swap, and there's a Discord link in the developer channel. So hop on and find that.
Joe, why don't you take this? This is your baby. Come on, it's all you.
All right. All right. So everybody says win Rosen Bridge, win Rosen Bridge. Well, for launch, we're still working on the tokenomics, and as soon as it's done, the distribution will get started. That's actually really important because you need distribution so people have something at stake to run infrastructure, right? So we'll need to distribute at least some Rosen tokens in order to bootstrap the watcher sets, and then we can launch the bridge. The Rosen Bridge Rosen app, we are refactoring the Rosen app, which will called Rosen website before from scratch. It's in the final refactoring and code review stages and will be deployed this month. Some highlights are Next 13 with app router server components and server actions enabled. Brand new UI, multi-wallet support in mind. It only supports Nautilus for Ergo and Nami for Cardano. But adding new wallets will be simple, fixing a lot of bugs. Although the new code is not published yet, keep an eye on Rosen app or UI repo for updates. With the Rosen Bridge Guard app, fixed bugs related to our recently updated APIs. With CodeGen, fixed more bugs and published new versions. With the Rosen Bridge Guard service, the refactor on reward fee distribution transactions. Now guards have a share of the bridge fee, and Rosen emission will be sent to a different address. Refactored info and assets API, improved cold storage process to ignore tokens that are required by waiting events. Waiting events are events that are current assets of lock address cannot cover required payment amount, and added Explorer scanner. With Rosen chains. Improve event verification. Now consider lock block creation height. If a year passed by that block, event is invalid and will be ignored. Also add this verification to observer extractor and some functions to abstract chain and ergo chain to improve some processes on the guard service side. With the Rosen Bridge, the utils updated token map type. Add name and decimals as required fields. That way everybody can make sure they get the right decimal for all of the tokens. With Rosen Bridge Service Manager, Service Manager is a project to auto and better management of services, and an application such as Watcher or Guard Service, which enables them to easily start and stop every service. The design structure, working on its optimization and implementation. That's important because barrier of entry is important, right? And so PS, I have some personal stuff to take care of exactly at the dev chat time. So my updates will be a bit late for a few weeks trying to resolve it. So MHS is going to be coming in late. QX, it is what it is.
Yep. That's nice to see a huge update from him. That's great.
Yep.
All right, we got Boris right here. Update on Official Explorer. It's running at 75% normal capacity while he's working with Dimitri to fix. Short-term plan is to get the servers stable again and make sure there are no issues with them crashing. Long-term solution we're still discussing might be a rebuild. If you find issues, let us know. If there's one guy to help you out in your damn servers and get them speedy, it's Boris. That dude is a magician with that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
All right. We got some, that might, oh, we got some stuff right here. Here we go.
To me or you? I lost track again.
You take it, Joe.
All right, update on Peperg. As of the 5th of October, 1500 CET, we are listed on the centralized exchange non-KYC.io. We've been listing a lot of Ergo projects, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome to see. We have Peperg, and Peperg UST pairs available with very good liquidity. This is our first feature on the developer update since we started the project in July 2023. We just want to say a big thanks to a couple of developers, NFT artists, and third-party projects who we have collaborated with. You know who you are. Everyone was very helpful and easy to work with. Thanks, Peperg out. So yeah, everybody that always hops on and helps community projects. It's awesome to see. And that's what these networks are about, right? Horizontal cooperation.
Yep. Every time I say I think that's it, Joe, we hit somebody. So I'm going to say I think that's it. Maybe we'll hit somebody. I think that's it.
That's it. Awesome.
Yeah. Well,
you have to update me about the Twitter drama that I started.
you'll be in the peaceful mountains, breathing in.
Yeah, I'll be in the mountains going
fresh
for a
air.
hike. I'll be hiking in nature. Yeah, I think the account lived with my access for like almost 2 hours. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, you know that kind of thing is just funny to me. I know everybody has their opinion, and that's okay. But yeah, that level of just, I don't know, astroturfing,
Yeah.
is sad to see. It makes you wonder when you see, big numbered accounts, what is real, what is not. I guess that may or may not affect things. I guess it's just one more thing people don't think about when they're on social media.
No, correct. It's crazy. And even with this new vote, trying to get the community involved, it's interesting how many strong opinions there are in that. Joe, we're trying to promote and push forward decentralization and a chain that anybody can be part of and anybody can run and anybody can vote on and partake in. And I see a lot of calls for, let's give this back to the EF and let the
give it back to me. I tried to talk about know your assumptions. I just nuked the account. Why would you give me another one? The fuck is wrong with people?
It is very interesting. It's like, what do they say? It's that it reminds me of that saying, I don't want to bring religion to this because I call bullshit on this saying. There's no atheist in foxholes, which I call bullshit on. But it's similar to that in that there's no where we're at a point where the community can really move forward and push it forward in the eye of what Ergo should be in a decentralized community run kind of thing. And you still have people saying we still need our handheld. We still need some boss at the top that makes decisions for us and can do that kind of stuff. It's just an interesting kind of, when the shit hits the fan, you can see which way people really
I always look at it like this. It's something that I was told a long time ago. And it's just that the easiest job in the world is to be a critic. Right?
Yep.
It's a lot harder to build things, a lot harder to manage things. So there are definitely big decisions there that the community can make. But ultimately, if it's a decentralized ecosystem, it's one of those things where it's like everybody has the ability to talk and everybody has the ability to not listen.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I would recommend everyone take the initiative, right? And if there's one place in the Ergo ecosystem that actually should be like the official channel, if people are actually curious, it's the Discord dev channel. 100%. Because everything else basically filters from that point.
Let's make a good point, Joe.
If you want to have like the place to go, if you actually have a question, you want to learn something, you want to build something, you want to see what the community is all about on a network level, yeah, the Discord development channel is the place to be.
We'll just have Mark spin up a bot that posts every insert of chat from the dev channel right into the Ergo platform Twitter
There
account.
you go. There you go. I would say that's ultimately like if there's any official source of like truth or activity that's important, that's where it's at. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Keep that in mind, everybody out there that's watching this video. If you really want to know what's happening, you can even hop on and talk to these characters. You don't have to just listen to me waffle on late in the night, right?
That's true, Joe. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Have a nice Twitter Spaces tomorrow. I'll be out in the forest.
Thanks for rugging me on that one, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, ciao, everybody.